What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This is Coach D coming at you. All right, check this out. First off, I'm streaming this on both Facebook and YouTube, so show me some love when you jump on. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Put down the comments. Now, today we're going to talk about, your mindset as it relates to, your network marketing business, right? Now, you guys know, right? If this is your first time, cool. I'm Coach D, and you guys know I like to focus on the three M's of entrepreneurship. And mindset is one of them. It's the main one, right? Mindset, marketing, and multiple streams of income. But today we're going to talk about mindset. I wanted to bring this because this is something that I myself had to deal with, and I see a lot of people, are still having to deal with this. And it makes sense, you don't know what you don't know, right? Until you know it. You feel me? So we're going to talk about, how are you operating your network marketing business? Are you operating, with a victim mindset? Or are you operating with a healthy mindset? And we're going to talk about that, and yeah, it's going to take some reflecting, some self-reflection, right? And some sucking it up to really be able to get down to the root of the problem so that we can change it. I know when I first started online, back in the 2018, in network marketing. I mean, I didn't know anything about this stuff. I didn't know anything about the online stuff, right? I didn't know nothing about Facebook, YouTube, whatever the case may be, right? Let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know in the comments, when did you guys start your online business? What year, month? Mine was January 2018. Tell me, guys, down in the comments. Let me know, when did you start your network marketing business, right? And so we all go through some of the similar stuff, right? We'll get an opportunity, and we'll think everything's gonna be great off the bat. We're thinking like, yeah, people tell us like, oh no, it doesn't happen immediately, or and or overnight, as they say. We're like, oh yeah, success doesn't happen overnight, and we hear it, but we don't hear it, right? So we're thinking things gonna really, at least pop off in the first 30 days, right? And then when it doesn't, what do? Like, what do a lot of us do? Let's just be honest with ourselves, right? I'll tell you what I did. The first thing I was thinking is like, well, man, well, maybe if my sponsor would have helped me more, then maybe I would have, I would have been more successful. This is what I was thinking, or maybe, if that training that I did go to, that free training that I went to, maybe if they told me all the secrets, they must be holding back some secrets from me. I was like a serious conspiracy theorist, when it relates to this online stuff, right? You think people holding stuff back from you, right? Or they just don't want to help you, right? And all I did was is just allow me to have, or made me have more of what I was having, which was zero, right? You know what I'm saying? Nothingness, a whole bunch of nothingness, right? It's like, woe is me. If you find yourself in any situation, at any moment where it's more about why somebody didn't do this for you. You complaining that your sponsor didn't help you, right? Or that you signed up for this thing and you didn't make money like you thought you were. Or here's a big one right here. People will be like, well, why are other people always talking about the money, 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 of something, about a business, but then, they're saying, oh, well, they want to help people too, right? It's like, at the end of the day, man, like, why does that even matter? Because this is some real truth, y'all. I'm for real. Y'all know I like to bring it true and raw, right? Like, just bring it like it is. You know what I'm saying? Straight from the hip, no filter, no fluff. Okay. And if that's how y'all want to, put down in the comments, say no fluff. Give it to me, no fluff. Say no fluff. Put it down in the comments, seriously, right? Because here's the deal. At the end of the day, we have to look at ourselves, right? We have to look at ourselves. We have to look at the decisions that we're making, whether you just started day one, or if you've been doing this a couple years, or 5 years or 10 years. We still have to take a look at ourselves. What they call that? When you take a look at yourself, what they call the man in the mirror, right? Right there, put that down in the comments. Say man in the mirror. If y'all feeling what I'm saying, sometimes you gotta take a look at yourself and look at the decisions, that we're making, because we are making decisions. Even back then in 2018, I was making decisions on, people that I was choosing to connect with or even surround myself with in Facebook groups. I was making a decision to do that, right? And then I was making a decision of people who I decided to join in businesses as well, join with, network marketing opportunities. I was making those decisions, right? So for me to be out there, or for any of us to be out there, playing the victim role, this is one thing that really, really, it just really, it's kind of funny, but it's not funny at the same time. Because like I said, I did it too. Check this out. Why is it like when we get online, right, and we're trying to quote unquote run a business, right? And I say quote unquote because at first, man, we be tripping, we be playing around, right? But why is it when we get online, it's like we brand new babies or something, like we newborns or something. It's like instead of the fact that you get online and you're a 30-year-old man or 30-year-old woman or a 50-year-old man or a 60-year-old man, 60-year-old woman, whatever the case may be, right? Instead of it being that we get online and we're adults, we get online and immediately we waiting for somebody to feed us a bottle, right? It's like now we lose all common sense on things. Follow what I'm saying now, and if you guys really like look in the mirror for real, at maybe you're not there now, but maybe you used to be, or maybe you are still there, because a lot of people are still there. It is what it is, right? And you look at it and say, well, the decisions I made, did I make the best decisions with the best intentions? Okay, did I do it with the best intentions? Let's put it that way. Did I do things with the best intentions? And it's like this, like if you're choosing to join people in business because you're like, oh well, man, I see that person, they're killing it, they're making a lot of money or whatever. So yeah, I definitely want to go ahead and hit their link, right? But you don't do any type of investigating or anything like that to see, like, for instance, if you know that you're new, you're going to need some help, right, on something. Let's just be honest. Like, we all going to need some help. Whether you knew or not, you need some help, okay? Right? So if you're choosing to, do business with people that you don't see already out there helping people, then what you expect, right? So, but it's like, so then when you don't get the help that you want or the support that you think that you deserve, right? And I said think because, we be having that messed up too, right? But then how can we blame someone else? How can we play the victim? Like, how can we do that and still make like that we're in charge of our destiny, we're in charge of our lives, when we're playing the victim in our network marketing business? We're allowing someone else, right, to control things, because we allow them to do that. We give them permission to do that anytime we're playing the victim, and it's woe is me, and it's everybody else's fault, right? It's not our fault. I can't really, build a business online because I have a full-time job and I work 50 hours a week. Let's just say, right? Once again, that's playing the victim. Or if it's like, oh, well, I could do more, but I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I'm a single mom, or whatever, and I have a kid, so my kid takes up a lot of my time, so I don't even have an hour a day, right? That's playing the victim. If you say you want something and then you're talking about all the reasons why you can't get it, or all the reasons why you're not achieving it, that's playing the victim, right? And so as we out here calling ourselves building our network marketing business, on one hand, we already know that does take, work. We know it does take, dedication. We know it does take focus, right? We know these things, but then on the other hand, we're playing the victim of why we don't have the focus, why we don't have the dedication, why we don't have the time. All of these things that we're playing the victim on, right? And it's not until you start aligning yourself. Let's just be real, man. You guys tell me, if you have started, if you some of you haven't started, and that is what it is, right? But when did you realize that you needed to start? Even if you haven't started yet, when did you realize that you needed to start aligning yourself with people who were no longer playing the victim, with people who were saying, hey, I'm gonna, put on my big girl or big boy pants, right? And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to learn this stuff and get it moving. Like, tell me, like, do you remember the date? You might not remember the exact date, but do you have an idea? Well, do you remember the year, right? The month, okay, that you realized that that's what you needed to do, and shed that victim mentality so that you can actually grow in your business. All right, put down in the comments, let me know what month that was or what year that was. I'll tell you guys from my standpoint, I do remember the month, right? Because it was 90. I started in January, right? And it took me 90 days of failing, right? And I didn't fail just because I wasn't making much money. I failed because my mentality was jacked. That's the failure part. It wasn't just about that I only made $9.24, right? That hurt, but that wasn't even a failure. The failure was that my mentality those 90 days, right, was that somebody owed me something. Like, oh, well, they should just lay out everything, and they should have told me that it was work. They should have told me that I needed tools. They should have told me this, and they should have. You know what I mean? You see how crazy that sounds, how ridiculous that sounds? That means I was playing the victim, and I was waiting on everyone else to, tell me everything, just lay it out like a red carpet. But if we really start to think about things, like for real, and like I said, put down the month and year. For me, it was March. Okay, it was the end of March, 2018, when I realized that I needed to start aligning with different people, straight up. Okay, and that's what I started doing. But if we be real with ourselves, guys, okay, when we're like 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, I mean, when we're kids, yeah, that makes total sense. That we're like, but mommy, I didn't know. But daddy, I didn't know. Right? Yeah, with that voice too. Okay? But when you are an adult, guys, come on now. For real. Like you 21, 22, 30, a lot of people, 40, and a lot of people 50 and 60, out here, and 70 out here with their online business. Right? And you're at that age, and like, how can we even justify that we still have that victim mentality, like everybody else is responsible for what happens to us, versus, check this out, versus us being responsible for the choices we're making, the businesses that we are joining, if that's what we choose to do, the people that we're aligning with. At some point, we have to be responsible for that. Okay, we got to be responsible for those choices, guys. I remember when I was, because I'm always, hopefully you guys too, but I'm always learning, right? Always wanting to learn something, right? And I wanted to learn, how to make an irresistible offer. Now, the first time that I actually heard that term, actually, was in a training session. Because remember I told you, after the 90 days of failing, right? But then I decided I need to go get some training. So I was out on YouTube looking to see who was training on that opportunity that I was trying to make money in, right? And at that time, it was MCA, Motor Club America, right? And I found some people who were training, right? So I linked up with them, got in their group, and it was a paid group, paid for the training, paid for some additional courses and stuff that they had. Cool, right? And one of the things they said they was going to teach us, right, along the way, was how to create an irresistible offer, right? This is one of the things they said they was going to teach us, right? And I was like, oh, cool. That was the first time I heard the term. And so when they explained it, I understood, make an offer, make it sound really good. So that way, you have a higher close rate. More people were likely to take it, right? I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, man. I was like, man, that's going to be fly. I want to learn that, right? Well, so I was in that training group for about, it was like up until July. So from March to July, you know what I mean? So that's like 4 months, right? I was in there. And in between that time, we didn't get that training. Right? They didn't give it to us, right? For whatever reason, he said he was going to teach it, but he didn't. It what is. I'm just saying what happened, okay? Just saying what happened, right? So we never got it, right? But after that time, I left the training group, and I still needed to, learn stuff or whatever, right? So long story short, go down the road, and I still hadn't learned it. So it came a time where I learned about the One Funnel Away Challenge. Okay, and you guys probably have heard of it, the One Funnel Away Challenge. All right, and in there it was talking about that you learn how to make an irresistible offer. Right now, here's the deal. I could have at that point, I could have been like, man, when I was paying that training group before, man, they told me that they was going to teach me how to make an irresistible offer, and they never did, man. So this is why I haven't been winning, or this is why, I haven't been making as much money as I could, because it's their fault. They didn't teach it to me. So I'm not even going to worry about, going to the One Funnel Away Challenge, because they said they're going to teach it, and they're probably lying too, right? I could have done that. And I'm going to be real with y'all. A lot of people do those type of things. A lot of times we do sabotage. Y'all get me. Y'all feel me, right? Spell it. Y'all spell it. Y'all laugh and spell it. But, a lot of times we do sabotage ourselves like that. Have you ever done that? Have you ever said, well, this person didn't come through for me, so therefore this other person or other people, whatever, who said they will come through with the same thing, have you ever second guessed that second group of people or a second person? If you have, put down in the comments, say, yeah, that's me. Like, be honest, y'all. Like, this is an honest situation here. Whether, like I said, whether you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, or listen to my podcast, this is an honest conversation right here, right? Raw and authentic. So I could have did that, and I could have played the victim of why I hadn't learned this and why things weren't going the best that I felt that they should, right? But instead what I did is I went to it. You know, I went to the One Foot Away Challenge, right? And one of the things I learned, okay, is there was a book they gave. There was a book they gave when you got the One Foot Away Challenge. There's a book they gave us, right? Called the 30days.com, right? It's talking about if you suddenly lose everything, right? If you suddenly lose everything, what would you do for 30 days, right? To be able to, you know, get back on top, you know, get some bread, okay? And in this book, right, is different people who hit the 2 Comma Club. But the point is, they're talking about the different things that they would do, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get back on top. And I mean, some of the stuff they're talking about doing is like real grassroots. Like they going all in with it. You know what I'm saying? When I say grassroots, think about like this. I mean, they're talking about emailing their list three times a day. And I say going all in because how many times have we wondered why we're not making as many sales as we could, but yet if we are building a list, how many, for one, a lot of us aren't even building a list, right? Then two, if we are building a list, how many times do we be like, oh man, I don't feel like emailing my list, or you just don't email your list, or we make excuses of why we don't have emails to send to our list. We're like, well, my sponsor said they were going to give me some emails, but they didn't give me any emails, so that's why I don't have any emails to send to my list. My point is playing that victim role, man. So going through this book, right, watching these different, or reading, you know, these different people, right, on how they would start over. None of these people took the victim role, right? None of these people took the victim role. They're talking about looking after myself, being consistent, right? None of these people in here took the victim role in their business. Some of them network marketing businesses, right? None of them took the victim role. They're like, yo, it is what it is. Whatever happened, you know, the reason why you don't have the money, or the reason that you would like to have, the reason why they lost all their stuff or whatever, the reason why you didn't get this training, or the reason why your sponsor didn't help you, and the reason why, all that stuff is just excuses for us to continue to play that victim role, right? Because we have to be responsible for the choices, right? Like I said, I could have chose, right? I could have chosen to not go and learn how to make an irresistible offer. And I'm just mentioning that because that's literally one of the choices I made, right? I could have made a choice to not do that. I could have continued to play the victim and not chose to do that, right? But instead, I made a choice to go, right? Because I didn't want to play the victim, okay? And I did what I need to do to get the training elsewhere, regardless of the fact that the first training group said it was going to give me something. And how does that relate to you? Guys, check this out. You may have joined someone in business, right? And they sponsored you in a network marketing business, right? And they may have said that, hey, yeah, you join me, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. They may have said that, okay? And then you join them, and, you know, you pretty much got a couple videos to watch and an attaboy. You know, attaboy, keep going, attaboy. Yeah, you'll get it, just keep going, right? You know, but what choice are you making? For one, you made the choice to choose to join that person. Is what it is, okay? Water on the bridge. Then, now that you join that person and things didn't work out the way you thought they were, you didn't get the support that you thought you were going to get, right? Or that they said they were going to give, whatever the case may be. But now what? Now what? Right? You're going to keep crying about it, going to keep being a victim about it, right? Or are you going to say, you know what? Let me just go get some more help. Let me go, you know, choose, you know, another person on some other team or whatever the case may be, a group, you know, or whatever, so I can get the help that I need, right? You know, because being a victim, choosing to have that victim mindset in your network marketing business doesn't make it grow. You guys tell me down in the comments, guys, does playing that victim role make you some bread? Okay, put down in the comments, you know, say yes or no, right? Say yes or no. Okay, put that down in the comments, yes or no. Exactly, sis. Exactly. You know, it doesn't help. You know, that's just the honest truth. It doesn't help you. So at the end of the day, you first need to recognize that you're playing a victim role. If you find yourself, you're complaining, you know, a lot, right? You're complaining often about who didn't help you, who didn't do this for you. You're complaining about your finances aren't there. You're complaining about you're doing solo ads and you're not making any sales. And you're like, oh man, I'm doing everything. Oh my gosh, I'm doing everything right, but I'm not making no money. I just need to make some money. Start looking at yourself, right? And these things that I be saying on live, like these are things that I actually observe. You know, it's usually on Facebook. I observe people saying these things, right? But it's like, yo, start looking at yourself, seeing what choices are you making. Are you choosing to stay in that position and continue to play the victim, right? Or are you choosing to go out and seek help elsewhere in different areas? You know what I'm saying? And everything ain't gonna be free. Just saying, everything ain't gonna be free, right? But are you choosing to go out and get some training? If whatever you don't know, get some training in it, right? Get you a mentor, coach, a team, something. Get something, bruh. Read a book, okay? Read a book. Do something, right? Other than the woe is me, mentality that's really keeping you, keeping you down, right? If y'all can relate to that, put down in the comments and say, I feel you, D. Put down in the comments, say, I feel you, D. I want to know that y'all can relate to this, right? Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, all right? And definitely if you're feeling this, definitely if you're watching on Facebook, throw me some hearts. You watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Let me know. Show me some love, right? Because this is one of the things, guys, like seriously, real talk, like I said, I had to go through it myself, to come out of that victim mentality. It was getting me nowhere fast. I see a lot of people going through it still, and I know more people will go through it because there's new people coming into network marketing all the time, But my goal with this message to you guys is to hopefully, even if I just reach one person with it, right, that goes from, dang, man, I was having that victim mentality about my business, what, all right, let me try something different. If the support isn't here that I need, or the training that I need isn't here, let me just go somewhere else and also, and seek out for help. I don't care if it doesn't matter how much it costs. Just go and get some help, right? If I can just help one person see that and have that, that twist of a mindset to not be out there bad mouthing their sponsor because of what someone didn't do for you, right? To not be out there talking about how you can't build your business because you're a single mom and your kids are all over the place or whatever, you got going on, or be talking about you can't, build your business or even start a business because, your money is non-existent, right? All of these things, right? And complaining about, the situation that we have going on, complaining about, the finances, the unemployment that can come through, whatever, right? Whatever it is, complaining about that you lost your job and it's devastating, right? All of that it is what it is. It happens, right? In some way, shape, or form, we all go through something like that. Let's come on, y'all. Let's be honest. Like, if you ever went through something, right, that was very detrimental for you, okay, because it may not be detrimental for others, but it was very detrimental for you. It was like, made you want to cry type note, right? Put down in the comments, say, yeah, I done been through something, right? You ain't got to say what you've been through if you don't want to, but you can say, yeah, I done been through something, because I know I had. When I got started online, in that first 90 days, like I said, I was losing and everything, and within the first 6 months, because I still had to, start, right? But within the first 6 months, lights got cut off. You know what I mean? All the way off, right? Meaning that the bill didn't get paid, So yes, we've all been through something that was detrimental for me. I've been out on my own since I think when I first went to college, I was, what was I, 20? I think I was like 20, right? So that's when I left out the house, when I actually left the state. You know what I'm saying? Since I was 20, and I've never been where lights got cut off. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. You know what I'm saying? So that was detrimental for me. It's like, oh my gosh. And by my family not being in the state that I'm in, or even anywhere close type situation, you know what I'm saying? I've always had to, since I left out the house, I always had to make sure that I had my own back, right? So it wasn't somebody you could run back to, like, hey, can y'all loan me like 500? Nah, they ain't got it. They ain't got it, right? So yeah, that was a detrimental situation for me, but I could have played the victim, you know what I'm saying, and be like, oh man, woe is me, what am I gonna do, blah, 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 but I didn't, and I'm a stronger person for it, and the things you go through in life, they will help make you stronger in your business life as well, as you grow your network marketing business. So don't, feel like you have to play the victim on everything that happens, even if a business goes belly up. Let's say you're promoting a network marketing company and, it's going and you might be doing good, right? And then all of a sudden the company drops, or, the what is it, the FCC comes or something like that, whoever it is that comes and says it's a scam or something, right? They come in, whoo, drop the hammer. I mean, I done seen that happen to at least two businesses, two of these, I don't know what they was doing, Forex. I don't know. They wasn't doing Forex. They were doing something with some cryptocurrency. But I just seen that happen like in the last few months, like 2 companies, right? But does that make it be where, you know, oh man, the person I joined, they scammed me, and oh man, everything else sucks, you know, and I want my money back, and everybody took my money, and woe is me. No, no. That doesn't mean that. That means you stop playing the victim and you make better choices. You get better at this and you make better choices on what training you get involved with, what groups you get involved with, on who you align with, and all of that stuff, and you continue to get better. That's what that means. So if y'all feeling that, put down in the comments, say get better. Put down in the comments, say get better. Exactly, bro, get better. That's what I'm saying, right? Because that's what it's about, right? So guys, check this out. I'm going to extend an invitation to you guys. For those of you who you're tired of playing the victim, you know, you like, today is the day that it's not happening no more. You know, I'm not playing the victim no more. You know, if I haven't been getting the support or the training or whatever to, you know, push my business to the next level from wherever you are to wherever you want to be, right? You know, and you know that you need something. You know what I'm saying? And you're tired of playing the victim. I'm going to give you a free invite, all right, to a private training that we're doing tonight. Where we go over letting you know what the 4 main components are that you need to be looking for to be able to build a sustainable business online. All right, so that way, if you don't have them, we're going to tell you how to get them. If you have one of them, we're going to tell you how to get the other 3, right? If you got 3 of them, we're going to tell you how to get the other 1, right? Whatever it is that you're missing out of these 4 components, because I know I was missing like 3 of them. When I first started, I was missing all 4, right? But for a while, I was missing all 3, you know, but because once you have these things, it's going to be a lot easier for you, you know, but it all starts with not being a victim. So you ready to not have that victim mentality, guys? You know, I'm going to, that training is happening tonight. All right. Tuesday is tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And I'll make sure that what I'll do is I'll make sure that I drop a link down below. And so that way you can register, show up on time at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right? For that, live free training. Okay. So that way you can see what's what. Okay, and if a community is what you're missing, we'll show you how to get it. You know, what you're missing, we'll show you how to get it. And it's up to you to make that decision. Like, yo, I'm not going to be a victim anymore. This is what it is. I'm moving forward, right? I want to be, you know, I want to be in that number, right? Okay, we ain't going to go there. I'll be tripping sometime. But, but guys, and when I drop that and when you do show up, just let them know that Coach D sent you. All right, let them know that I invited you personally, you know, and just pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to, you know, the training. Pay attention, take notes, bring your notepad, take notes, and ask questions. Ask questions. All right. So come on out with that. You know what I'm saying? And guys, so like I said, I'll leave that link below in the description. Whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, I'll leave it in the description so that way you guys can just register and show up on time. All right, 7:30 p.m. Eastern today. Okay, if you don't know what Eastern Standard Time is from your time zone, that's cool. Google it, baby. Google it, baby. All right, now if you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and show me some love. Throw me up some hearts, all right? If you could resonate with this and you're ready to stop being a victim, okay? And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Crush it, baby. Crush that subscribe button, all right? And either way, leave me down in the comments. Let me know your biggest takeaway from this. Like, honestly, real talk, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what's your biggest takeaway from that. All right, and I'll make sure I leave that link down below for you. It'll be the first link in the description. And I'll also, too, if you guys haven't taken the 1 funnel away challenge, right, it's like $100, you know, just $100 type situation. And that's where I got this book from, as a matter of fact. Now, I don't know if they're still giving out the book, but that's where I got the book from. But I believe we still have a link for that, so I'll leave a link for that below as well, because it really was something that really, you know, helped me shift my network marketing game as well. You know, so all tools that can help are tools that we need. You feel me? All right. What's going on, sis? Thanks for tuning in. That's what's up. All right. So other than that, guys, y'all already know. This is Coach D, baby. This is Coach D. And what we gonna do, we gonna take this ride. Say it with me now. We gonna take this ride. Where? To the top. All right, y'all. And I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And I'm out.